Did you know Japan owned Korea?
Alright, so, one group had power, right? How did they use this power to manipulate history and culture to their advantage? During when Japan conquered Korea from 1910 through 1945, the Japanese government manipulated historical narratives and their culture by enforcing policies that made it so that they stopped the Korean language. They also altered historical records and ultimately aimed to make Japanese rule and erase Korean nationality. Oh yeah. So, power relationship, right? Introduced and explained the relationship between Japan forcing the treaty and... So, I'm going to explain this to you. I'm going to explain and introduce and explain the relationship. Japan forced a treaty in 1910 to officially incorporate Korea into the Japanese Empire. Yep, we got that.
Yep.
This marked the beginning and lasted till 1945. Okay, 1945, we got that. During this time, Japan then silenced Korean culture and promoted the Japanese language. Oh my God.
Yep.
They're trying to get rid of Korea, aren't they?
Yep, just like we did with the Native Americans.
Oh my God.
Yep. So look at that.
And exploited their economy for Japanese gain. Oh my gosh. Well, alright, I got the next one too. Sorry, Mr. Todd. So, using history/culture as a weapon. How did they use history and culture as a weapon? According to Wikipedia, Japanese authorities went to ease Korean identity and eliminated Koreans from the Japanese Empire through cultural suppression. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, people? Historical revisionment and forced assessment.
Elimination.
You use big words for me, man.
I'm
You
sorry.
did this, boss. All right.
Politics.
Assassination, politics. Here's how they kind of did it. Japan rewrote Korean history to diminish their national pride and justify their historically... Sorry, got off track. And justify their colonial rule. They claimed Korea had historically been weak or dependent state and benefited from Japanese governments. Can you believe that? They basically made them need it. Like, what the fuck?
There's nothing there. Okay, anyways. So some of the short-term effects of the relationship.
What were they?
Political suppression.
Really?
Yep, basically how Korea was officially annexed by Japan in 1910, losing its sovereignty. The Japanese government went and suppressed Korean political movements and dissent through military action.
What else did they do? I'm curious.
Cultural suppression. You see, the Japanese attempted to erase Korean identity by banning the Korean language in schools, forcing Koreans to adopt Japanese, not Chinese, names and stopping their Korean traditions, like we did with the Native Americans.
Wow.
And then they also did economic
Oh
exploitation.
my goch, another one?
Yep.
Jeez.
They went to industrialize Korea, but only in a way that helped the Japanese, with their agriculture. Everything that they did went directly to Japan. Long-term effects of the
How
relationship.
did this affect them, I wonder, actually?
I wonder. Do you
want to tell me?
Not good. It did not affect them good.
Oh, jeez. I could never guess why this would affect them bad. So, how did it affect them?
It affected them.
Read, bro.
Whatever. Long-term effects of the relationship. Korean nationalism, Japan's rule, and it intensified Korean movements which contributed to the divide that led to the Korean War and the eventual split into North and South Korea industrial legacy.
Oh, jeez, that sucks.
Through it built for Japan's benefit. The industrial infrastructure led to the foundations for South Korea's later economic growth.
Oh my gosh, so it helped them kind of.
So it did help them.
Is it worth it though?
No, I wouldn't say so. Resentment. Korean-Japanese relations remain complicated due to the unresolved historical grievances such as the comfort of the women and Japan's reluctance to acknowledge colonial abuse fully. According to the wiki, Japan took control of Korea with the Japan-Korea Annexation Treaty of 1910. When Japan was defeated in World War II, Soviet forces took control of the North and American forces took control of the South.
Sounds like a lot of control.
With the 38th parallel as the agreed upon dividing, South Korea was independent as of August 15th, 1945, and North Korea as of September 9th, 1945.
That's 5 years later, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I talked about how we talked about how Japan forced a treaty on Korean government for up to 35 years, mainly taking all of their resources and trying to convert them into Japanese by making it to where their language was being changed by Japanese, and they stopped their natural traditions, made them change their names. They took from them agriculture only to benefit Japan. Only to benefit Japan. They also went and used military force to suppress political movements. And then, according to Wikipedia, from 1910 to 1945, Korea was ruled by the Empire of Japan under the name.
Chosen, the Japanese
Chosen,
reading
yeah.
Joseon.
And then, for the restated thesis, it's gonna be a second because let's go. Okay, restated thesis. From 1910 to 1945, Japan implemented policies in Korea that suppressed the Korean language, manipulated historical records, and to erase Korea's national identity in an effort to solidify Japanese rule. Thank you, audience.
Wait.
What
did we learn?
We learned that Japan was not very nice to Korea.
And they owned them.
Yeah.
Interesting.